The following broadcast is a presentation of the ND Sports Channel.
No score here, bottom of the first. Here's the windup from Swanson and the delivery. Hit up high left field. Going back in. That is going to be a two-run shot for Felicity Blair. Knights will line up with a receiver at each side. Lorenz looking near side. It's intercepted. And he's all alone. He's going to go in for the touchdown. Kaylee Jackson, three-pointer up, and no, that one won't go in. Tana Lick pulls down the deep offensive board. She'll put up a three. That one's in, and we're tied. 21 pitches for Richter, 14-7 on the ball strike split. And pitch 22 on its way, and that one's hit high, right center field. Going back, and it is gone! A two-run home run for Janessa Ackerman. It'll be Ethan Olson taking the kick. And he'll put it right on goal and right into the goal! Ethan Olson on a free kick. It's intercepted by Sorensen. Now Sorensen still at the puck, tries a centering pass, bounces back onto her own stick. Now it got deflected and it goes in! And I believe Sorensen might get credit for that as it bounced off a skate or a stick on its way to the goal. Kobe Johnson serve up and over. Fix sets it up, Bailey Nelson puts it down for point 22. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high in the left center field, and that is gone! It's a three-run home run for Hannah Goff, and that increases the lead to 16-2. And that one's hit high in the left center, going back, and it is gone! It's a grand slam for Belle Leonard!
And now, it's game time. The cameras are ready. The headset is on. Without further delay, here's Mike Mason.
All right, welcome. We are here at Hillsboro Central Valley High School, I should say Activity Center. High school is down a couple blocks. Mike Mason with you here on the ND Sports Channel. Hope you're having a great afternoon, or I should say evening. I'm a little bit ahead of myself here, or behind myself. It's the Region 1 Kindred Vikings, who were at the state tournament last year, losing to Langdon Edmore area Munich in the 5th place game. And it's the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros from Region 2 who lost to Finley Sharon Hope Page in the first round of the Region 2 tournament last year, have their season come to an end. We'll tell you more about that after this short timeout right here on the ND Sports Channel. Quality Home Restorations is Fargo Moorhead's go-to place for quality home remodel and repair services. Quality Home Restorations offers free estimates on all your home remodel and repair projects like drywall, laminate flooring, roofing, and much more. Check out the great photos of past projects completed by Quality Home Restorations on their Facebook page. Just search Quality Home Restorations. When it comes to your home being restored, count on Quality Home Restorations. Call Mike today at 400-1751. That's 400-1751 to set up an appointment for a free estimate. Quality Home Restorations in Fargo.
Paper tickets. Rookie mistake. Game Time is the fastest way to buy tickets to live events with your friends. You can buy the perfect seats in seconds, and tickets are delivered directly to your phone, so you always have them with you. Download Game Time free on the App Store, and you'll instantly see a curated list of the best upcoming events in your area. Game Time sorts through thousands of available seats on the market and presents you with only the 50 best values. One of the best things about Game Time is you can get tickets at last-minute prices even after the game starts. Download Game Time free on the App Store today.
Welcome back here at ND Sports Channel. Mike Mason with you here. Chris Larson alongside on commentary. Can't see him in the camera, but he is here. Say hi.
I am here.
There you go. Once again, Class B Region 1 Kindred Vikings, Class B Region 2 the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. It's the first meeting of the year for these two teams. Let's go ahead and take a look at the team profiles here. For a start with the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Last season, they went 16-6. They were 11-0 at home. They were undefeated here on their home court last year. They were 5-5 when they played on the road, and they were 10-3 in Region 2. They finished their last 10 games with a record of 7 wins, 3 losses, so 0-0 this year. They have Kindred tonight. They have Drayton Valley Edinburgh on December 4th. December 7th, they have Grafton. And then they have road games on the 14th, 15th, 18th, and 20th against Larimore, Northern Cass, Thompson, and Mayport CG. Then they'll come back to Buxton for the Richland Colts in the Holiday Hoops tournament, and then their second game will be against the Oak Grove Grovers on December 28th, and that'll wrap up 2018. They'll kick off 2019 on the road against the Cavalier Tornadoes, and then they'll be home on a 4-game home stretch against Park River, Fordville, Lankin, the Aggies. You got Midway, Minto, Hatton, Northwood, Thunder, and the Thompson Tommies on January 25th before they hit the road again on the 31st of January for the North Border Eagles, and then they'll follow that up with 2 road games to start off February against the Fenley Sharon Hope Page Spartans and the Grafton Spoilers, and then they got the Central Cass Squirrels here at home, and then the Mayport CG Patriots to wrap up the regular season here on February 11th. And that's a look at the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Now let's take a look at the visitors on the scoreboard. The Kindred Vikings, 20-6 overall on the season last year, 7-1 when playing at home, 8-2 when playing on the road, and they were undefeated against Region 1 opponents last year. 0-0 this year, of course. They got Hillsboro Central Valley tonight, then a home game against Sargent Central to wrap up November. They'll kick off December on the road against the Lisbon Broncos, then home games, 3 of them back-to-back. Northern Cass Jaguars and the Wyoming Lidgewood Warbirds on the 7th and 13th, followed by the Dilworth Glendon Felton, I believe they're the Rebels.
Yes, I believe
yes,
they are.
okay. On the 15th. And then they have the Tri-State Tigers on the road. That one will be in Rossholt, South Dakota. They have 3 different gyms that the Tigers play at. This particular game will be at the one in South Dakota. And then they'll have the Holiday Hoops tournament. They'll take on Grafton on December 27th, and that'll wrap up 2018 for the Vikings. They'll kick off 2019 with their rivals from about 15 miles to the north and 2 miles to the east, or west, excuse me, the Central Cass Squirrels on January 3rd. And then they'll have a road game on the 7th of January against the Richland Colts, then back-to-back home games against Oak Grove and then a Region 2 opponent. Thompson will be the second of 2 Region 2 opponents of the year on January 12th. Lemoore Litchfield Marion will be on the 19th, and then they'll hit the road against the Bulldogs and Milner North Sargent on the 22nd. Then a home game against the Hankinson Pirates, a road game against the Enderlin Eagles, a home game against the Mayport CG Patriots, and then they'll wrap up the regular season on February 11th on the road against the Maple Valley Raiders. These 2 teams, it's been in favor of Kindred for quite some time now. Let's take a look at the comparisons. Last season, as we mentioned earlier, they were 20-6 overall, 13-0 in Region 1 play. The Burros were 16-6 overall and 10-3 in Region 2 play. On the road last year, the Vikings were 8-2. At home last year, the Burros were 11-0. Last 10 games, both teams ended their last 10 games with a record of 7-3. Vikings scored 1,453 points, allowing 4 ones, 1,111. While the Burros only allowed 820, they only scored 1,041 last season. That's an average of 57 points a game scored to 42 points a game allowed for the Kindred Vikings, and 50 a game scored to 35 points a game allowed for the Burros. Vikings lost in the 5th place game at the state tournament, 56-33, lost to the Langdon area Edmore Munich Cardinals. And as I mentioned earlier in our pregame show, the Burros lost to the Findlay Sharon Hope Page Spartans 35-32 in the first round of the Region 2 tournament. And, after the year prior to that, speaking of that state tournament loss for the Kindred Vikings, the year prior to that, they won it going 26-0 over the North Star Bearcats. And then they got back to the state tournament, and things were looking good for the Vikings. And especially in the first 2 quarters of that game against Grant County, and a team which they had to defeat in the semifinals a year earlier in that state tournament, which was up in Grand Forks. They had to get by Grant County to get to the championship game. And this time, they drew Grant County in the quarterfinals, and Alexis Bentz, who graduated from Grant County last year, hit a 3-pointer with 2 seconds just in front of the half-court stripe to win the game at the buzzer for the Grant County Coyotes, and that came right after Abby Dukeshire hit a 3 to tie it. So 6 points scored in a matter of about 4 seconds there. And the Grant County Coyotes were able to not only upset the Kindred Vikings, but then they would go on to play the number 1 seed Killdeer Cowboys. They would defeat them in the semifinals and go to the state championship game and face another team that was higher seeded than them, and they would knock them off to win the state championship. what a run for the Grant County Coyotes. Not to bring any sour memories to the Kindred Vikings fans watching, but that leads us into our fun facts. And, well, they're not really fun facts if you're a Hillsboro Central Valley fan, because the Hillsboro and Central Valley, they joined the co-op in 2012-2013 basketball season. And, well, since they came together as a co-op, they have never beaten the Kindred Vikings. They are 0-6 against the Vikings. Started back in December 29th of 2012. The Vikings would win 65-58. And then in February 11th of 2004, check that. Let's see here. Yeah, February 11th of 2014, the Kindred Vikings would win 39-36, edging out the Burros by 3. Later that year, which was actually the start of the next season, but still in 2014 on December 2nd, which would have been the first game of the season, I believe, 61-49 win for the Kindred Vikings. And then on December 1st of 2015, the Vikings would dominate by a final score of 78-25. And then on November 29th of 2016, that was the year that they went undefeated and won the state championship. They would defeat the Burros 63-32. And then most recently, almost a year to the day, 364 days ago, the Vikings defeated the Burros 49-34. See the statewide games scrolling on the left-hand side of the screen there. Here's a full look at those statewide games. If we get any other scores from those statewide games, we'll certainly update you on those scores. I want to thank our varsity broadcasting sponsor team, including Gay Time and Quality Home Restorations out of Fargo, hanging out with us for another winter sports season here on the ND Sports Channel. We'll turn down the PA announcer here for the moment just a little bit. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have more of your pregame show here on the ND Sports Channel. It's the Kindred Vikings and the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros getting set to tip off here in about 5 minutes. Back in a moment here on the ND Sports Channel. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had zero broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up. April 2019, the Fargo North softball team returns to the ND Sports Channel. Live video broadcasts of each and every Spartan softball game, home and away all season long, will be streamed live on the ND Sports Channel. This spring, watch every swing of the bat, every stolen base, every strikeout, and every home run for your Fargo North Spartans, live and exclusively on the ND Sports Channel. And for a full current sports schedule, check out the website at ndsportschannel.com. To sponsor Spartan softball, give us a call, 701-404-9072. That's 701-404-9072. A game is a game. Someone will win, someone will lose. But don't let the loss in the first round of the state tournament be the reason you missed the game-winning goal, the buzzer-beating three-pointer, the two-run homer in the bottom of the seventh. Help us broadcast more complete state tournaments. Every single game, not just the winner's bracket. Contact us by email, ndsportschannel@gmail.com, or by phone at 404-9072 to get more information on how you can team up with us to provide more video coverage of your team state tournament appearance. As of November 2018, over 43,000 have tuned in for our 280-plus sports broadcasts on the ND Sports Channel. Thrilled is an understatement. The ND Sports Channel brings you high school soccer, volleyball, football, hockey, softball, baseball, basketball, and more. Regular season and tournaments. The ND Sports Channel has been there and will continue to be there, and it's all made possible by the sponsors you hear about in this game broadcast. Put your business in front of the fans tuning in. Roster space is indeed limited, so call us 404-9072 and team up with us to support your team's high school sporting events right here on the ND Sports Channel. All right, welcome back as we're getting ready for the varsity matchup here between the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, the home team on the scoreboard, and the Kindred Vikings in the JV game. If you missed that one, the final score is 49-13. That JV game will be available on our website under the game rewind button within 24 hours after the conclusion of our broadcast here of the varsity game, and the varsity game will be available as well. Mike Mason with you here. Chris Larson joining me, trying to get his Mountain Dew bottle open. You having trouble with that? Or?
I finally, you know, these Pepsi products, you know, they're hard to open some days.
Well, there's a free plug for Pepsi, and it's a good drink. We also want to thank our other sponsors, including Quality Home Restorations and Game Time, for helping making these broadcasts possible. If you want to join our varsity sponsor team, you can get a hold of us via email at ndsportschannel@gmail.com or text or call us. 701-404-9072 is the phone number. We are about a minute and a half away from the starting lineups here. As you can see, the Kindred, that's the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros coming out onto the floor.
Both teams confused already, and we haven't even started.
Both teams, one team in a blue jersey, one team in a blue warm-up jersey. And, well, when both schools' colors, primary colors, are blue and white, I have the right to get confused every now and then. So.
That's right. I'll give you a break this time.
But it will be, should be a good night here, as the atmosphere is pretty good in this gym. Hillsboro Central Valley fans filling up the stands right in front of me. Kindred fans about equal, maybe just a little bit less. I'd say it's a 60-40 split in favor of Hillsboro Central Valley as far as the fan base that is here tonight. Of course, Kindred only about a 1 hour drive from Hillsboro, 30 to Fargo, and then maybe another 30 to Kindred from Fargo. So about an hour drive from here, not that far of a trip. It's always a good matchup to come up here to Hillsboro Central Valley. Love the facility up here, and one of the better gyms for high school basketball that I've seen. Would you agree? Or?
Oh, I totally agree. I was here 3 weeks ago for the Region 2 volleyball tournament. This place was rocking. You know, I expect this place to be rocking tonight. You know, you talk about a half-hour drive back home. Not to toot my own horn, but I have a 15-minute drive.
Yeah, you're just a few miles up the road from here, so yeah. I wish I was a few miles up the road, but that's all good. Speaking of volleyball, I was just down the road at the Region 1 volleyball tournament at Northern Cass High School, and well, those two teams, Kindred and Northern Cass, meet up all the time as well. We'll turn it over to the PA announcers now for the starting lineups here on the ND Sports Channel, as well as the opening announcements, at least I think. Actually, we'll keep it right here and see if they do the national anthem first.
Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the Hillsboro Event Center for the opening game of the 2018-19 girls basketball season. Special welcome tonight to our guests, the players, managers, coaches, parents, and fans representing the Kindred Vikings. Tonight's game is being played according to the rules of the Northwood High School Activities Association. Athletes are asked to be positive role models on the court, and spectators are asked to cheer for your team and treat players, coaches, and officials with respect. We'll have the starting lineups in a few moments, but first, we ask that you rise.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll actually take a break for the national anthem and be back in a moment here on the ND Sports Channel. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had zero broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up.
April 2019, the Fargo North softball team returns to the ND Sports Channel. Live video broadcasts of each and every Spartan softball game, home and away all season long, will be streamed live on the ND Sports Channel. This spring, watch every swing of the bat, every stolen base, every strikeout, and every home run for your Fargo North Spartans live and exclusively on the ND Sports Channel. And for a full current sports schedule, check out the website at ndsportschannel.com. To sponsor Spartan softball, give us a call, 701-404-9072. That's 701-404-9072. A game is a game. Someone will win, someone will lose. But don't let the loss in the first round of the state tournament be the reason you missed the game-winning goal, the buzzer-beating. All right, welcome back. Come out of that break a little bit early here and get ready for your starting lineups. We'll turn it over to the PA announcer here for those starting lineups. All right.
The officials for tonight's game are Frank Priscilla, Jared Spoor, and Brady Swan.
So once again, your starters for the Kindred Vikings are going to be Lexi Floss, Jordan Berner, Abby Dukeshire, Michaela Heinrich, and Taryn Johnson. For the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, Mackenzie Iverson, Sage Forseth, Sydney Brecken, Reagan Baszler, and Abby Magnuson.
I heard the officials' names here, Mike. So we have Kirk Michalek. Oh, now I forgot his name.
Well, we know two of them now.
Jared Spoor. What's his name?
I don't know.
Wow. That's crazy.
It's all good. Lining up in the middle there is going to be Sydney Brecken against Taryn Johnson for the opening tip here between the Vikings and the Burros.
It's Brady Strom as the third one.
And we are underway, and the tip is controlled by the Vikings. Abby Dukeshire has it stolen away immediately in the backcourt there by Hillsboro Central Valley, and bringing it over for the Burros is Reagan Baszler. Loose ball, kicked out of bounds, goes back to the Vikings. First turnover of the season here for the Burros, and now Abby Dukeshire will bring it up over the timeline here for the Vikings. No score here, 30 seconds into the matchup. Top of the key there, that's Michaela Heinrich. Heinrich looking inside, Dukeshire down low off the glass, up and in.
Nice shot there by Dukeshire.
2-0 lead now here for the Vikings, and that's going to be an over and back call on the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros.
You know, give Hillsboro Central Valley's Reagan Baszler a lot of credit there. She was being double teamed and really had nowhere to go.
2-0 Kindred. Once again, we'll give you verbal cues on the time remaining in each quarter there, but we will have the scoreboard up for you so you can keep track of the scores and the timeouts and all that good stuff. Taryn Johnson, free throw line, making a spin move, puts up a tough shot that will bounce off the boards. Rebound comes down on the defensive side for Sydney Brecken. Brecken will put it into the hands of Baszler in the backcourt. And that'll be stolen away there by Michaela Heinrich. And that ball will get kicked out of bounds.
Big deflection there by Sage Forseth.
Forseth with a great defensive play there. Baseline inbounds pass near side of the basket for the Vikings. Finds its way up top to Dukeshire. Dukeshire swings it near side into the hands of Jordan Berner. Berner back up top to Dukeshire. 5:38 to go here in the first quarter of play. 2-0 lead for the Kindred Vikings. Both teams 0-0 on the season. Dukeshire with 2 more, and it's 4-0.
Beautiful pass there to Dukeshire, and looks like they got forced a turnover.
And forced a turnover they did. That's 3 now for the Burros. And another inbounds pass from the baseline on the near side of the hoop for the Kindred Vikings. Bounce pass inside. That is Taryn Johnson up off the glass. Won't go. Rattles out. Rebound and fall into the floor there was Mackenzie Iverson. She'll get it to her teammate, and a traveling call called by official Jared Spoor is his real name. We call him by a different name on the radio. Another turnover.
That's right, good friend JT.
Long pass over the head of Taryn Johnson out of bounds, and guess what? Turnover number 1 here for the Kindred Vikings.
Just not a good play there by Berner there to try and get that one in.
Once again, Abby Dukeshire 4, Burrows 0. Comes over the timeline there. Loose ball scooped up by Abby Magnuson. And that one will get deflected around, and like a pinball inside the lane there, it's picked up by the Vikings. Turnover number 5 already here for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Dukeshire driving into the lane, up and off the glass, 6-0. Abby Dukeshire over the Burros.
Dukeshire looks like she's in midseason form already, and it's only game 1.
We're only 2 minutes into the season. 5:45 to go here. Gets around Dukeshire, puts up the 10-footer, a little too strong off the back glass. I believe that was last touched by the Burros, and it will indeed be turnover number 6 for the Burros.
You know, Mike, I can already see it now. This is going to be the same as our JV game. Hillsboro Central Valley, they're going to have to limit the turnovers.
I would agree there. I don't know if I'd pull the trigger and say it'll be like JV just yet, but we'll see if you're right. We'll go place a bet on that. Free Mountain Dew sound good?
Well, no, I mean, they've committed, 6 already? And it's 3 minutes in? 2.5 in?
Near wing, Lacey Reese into the lineup for the first time tonight here for the Vikings. Now that's Berner driving the lane off the glass up and in, and that's the first Viking besides Dukeshire to score, and it's 8-0 now in favor of the Kindred Vikings. Pass looking inside, that's Magnuson. A little too strong, loose ball comes down, and that shot is blocked. It was blocked by, that was Taryn Johnson with the block. Back the other way, Dukeshire will lay it in, and if she keeps scoring, I'm gonna run out of room here in my first quarter box for scoring for Abby Dukeshire. Over the timeline, ball's tied up, whistle blows, jump ball. That'll stop the clock with 4:42 to go here. And once again, it's a 10-0 lead for the Kindred Vikings. Inbounds pass on the near sideline here was going to be Iverson, but now Morgan Thompson, the junior guard, will step into the lineup for the Burros, and she'll trigger the inbounds pass into the hands of Sage Forseth, who's a junior. Nice look inside. Give the assist to Sage Forseth, and Abby Magnuson will get the Burros on the board with 2 points, and it's 10-2. Vikings still in a commanding lead at the moment. Johnson will hand it off to Dukeshire. Dukeshire thought about the 3, hesitated, did not pull the trigger. Instead, she'll hand it off to Heinrich. Heinrich nearly traveled, gets it out to Reese, far side, up top now to Heinrich. Heinrich, ball overhead, Dukeshire in the far corner. Fakes left, up top. Taryn Johnson dribbles down far side of the lane, and that'll stop the clock with 4:04 as Johnson will get fouled in the act of shooting. He'll step up to the free throw line here for the Kindred Vikings.
Number 34, Abby Magnuson, her first.
Foul's going to be on Magnuson, her first, team one.
And the first free throw of the year from Taryn Johnson is up and in. Had to take a bounce off the front of the rim, but 1 for 1. The Vikings are 100% on the year for free throws. Knock on wood if you're a Vikings fan. And they're 50% on the year now for the...
You shouldn't have said that.
11-2 is our score now. Bounce pass inside is intercepted. Back the other way comes Heinrich. And that pass got deflected, and it'll stay in play by Reagan Baszler, and the Burros will come up with it. That'll be going to the books as a turnover for the Vikings. They now have 3 in the game. Bounce pass gets stripped away, and now a battle for the ball gets swatted out of bounds. Should stay with the Burros, and it does. 11-2.
That's one thing about Baszler is she is an athlete.
And she's got another full 2 years to develop that yet as well. Shot up, partially blocked, but I believe it'll be a foul on Taryn Johnson. That should be the first team foul here on the Kindred Vikings.
It is first personal, first team.
And it is indeed on the 6-foot freshman. I did say 6-foot freshman. There's 2 of them on the team. Taryn Johnson and Abby Dukeshire both stand 6 feet 0 inches. Free throw is up and no good. Sage Forseth at the line for the Burros. It's a good thing I came and did the JV game because I got all those first game of the year, whatever. I don't know what word I'm looking for here.
Jitters?
But I don't know if jitters is the word, but rust. The rust, that's off now. 0 for 2 for Forseth from the charity stripe there, and pass down to Reese near side, pops it out to Taryn Johnson near wing now, top of the key. Dukeshire will swing it over far side. That's Casey Berner into the lineup, I think. Yes, it was. And Berner's shot is blocked by Sydney Brecken. Burrow fans plotting that one. Burrow's still in the backcourt. Now they'll bring it over the timeline. That's Morgan Thompson, the junior guard, stolen away. And that's Jordan Berner moving, and that ball will get knocked loose. Out of bounds, turnover Kindred. 6 turnovers for the Burros, and now the Vikings are just 2 behind in that category with 4. 8 points by Dukeshire, 2 by Berner, and 1 by Taryn Johnson. Makes it an 11-2 game with the 2 points from Abby Magnuson for the Burros. Ball gets popped up in the air at midcourt. Vikings will come away with the turnover. Turnover number 7 for the Burros. And now another turnover per side. That's 5 now for the Vikings. Pressure in the backcourt. Ball gets into the hands of Morgan Thompson. Pass up and a foul will stop the clock with 2:43 to go. The foul, I believe, is going to go on Lacey Reese. That'll be the second on the Vikings.
That turnover down deep in the Kindred offensive end was absolute execution by Reagan Baszler.
Very good job by the junior guard. Speaking of Baszler, she'll receive the inbounds pass. Puts it into the hands of Thompson. Thompson stands, I don't know what she stands. I don't have the height stats on the Burrow players, but I can tell you that she's a junior. And if I had to guess, that should have been maybe a foul there. I heard the slap all the way up here, but it wasn't called. Turnover there for the Burros, and the steal by Berner. And now the bucket is up and in by Taryn Johnson to make it 13-2. Shot put up there by Sydney Brecken, the junior, and the rebound comes down to the Kindred Vikings. More specifically, Lexi Floss on the defensive board. Three-pointer up, three-pointer in. Casey Berner with the triple. That's the first triple of the season for the Vikings. And a timeout, Hillsboro Central Valley. They'll They'll have 4 remaining. Each team gets 5 in the game. We'll break with them back after this here on the ND Sports Channel. The ND Sports Channel is a proud supporter and broadcast partner with North Dakota Softball All-Stars. The games and skills competition for the 3rd annual Shields ND Softball All-Stars Series are scheduled for June 3rd and 4th, 2019, and it'll all be live on the ND Sports Channel. Let's team up and help ND Softball All-Stars make the program the best it can be for the final high school softball game for the top seniors in the state of North Dakota. Send your donations to ND Softball All-Stars, P.O. Box 6544, Fargo, North Dakota 58109, or you can also donate on the ND Softball All-Stars Facebook page. For more information on ND Softball All-Stars, check out the website ndsoftballallstars.com. Let's team up to support a great program for a great sport in the great state of North Dakota. All right, welcome back. 16-2 is our score. And it's the 5'6" junior in the backcourt there, Morgan Thompson, getting tied up with about 3 or 4 other players. Jump ball, possession arrow should go in favor of the Vikings, and it does. And inbounds pass from the midcourt stripe on the far side of the court, right in front of the scorer's table, will be triggered by the 5'6" 8th grader, Casey Berner. Berner will get the ball back from Dukeshire, now swing it up top to Lexi Foss. Foss with a defensive board, no point. She's a 5'7" junior. Now Dukeshire on the near wing on the pass from Taryn Johnson. Dribbles in, free throw line, kicks it out top. Berner, she has a 3-pointer. Now Reese over on the far wing. Cross court to Johnson, excuse me. Turns around. That one should have dropped in, but a lucky bounce for the Burros. And now a jump ball is called, and that will go to the Burros. Minute 9 to go, and it's a 16-2 lead here for the Kindred Vikings. Burrows bring it over the timeline. Nice move there. Driving into the lane and off the glass is Sage Forseth with the bucket.
Huge bucket for Forseth there in the final minute of the first.
Shot up no good. Loose ball rebound. Right back into the hands of Taryn Johnson, but she can't put the shot up. And now that ball will go out of bounds, and it will go back to the Burros. That will be a turnover for the Kindred Vikings. And now it's 8-6 in favor of Kindred in the turnover category. (16-4), 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. And that pass was intercepted there by Michaela Heinrich. That's her second steal of the game, and whistle blows, stopping the clock at 33.9 seconds to go. And stepping up to the free throw line for the Kindred Vikings will indeed be the 5'9" senior forward, Michaela Heinrich. Fouls on Caitlin Ensign.
That's going to be her first personal.
And second team foul, and the free throw's up and no good. So ever since I knocked on wood, the Vikings are 0% from the free throw line. Sorry about that, Kindred fans. And it will remain that way for the moment. Racing, attempting the rebound there is Lexi Foss, but it'll go out of bounds. Last touch by a Burrow. It'll be Kindred Vikings basketball, and Jordan Berner will have the toss from the far side of the baseline. And it'll come into Foss. Foss tried to dribble in down towards the baseline, but kicks it back up top to Taryn Johnson. Johnson, high post, back out now to Foss. Foss, top of the key for Berner. Berner swings it near side for Heinrich. Heinrich looking across court. Taryn Johnson puts up the 12-footer up and in, nothing but net. Taryn Johnson with the bucket. She has 5, and it's 18-4 in favor of the Kindred Vikings. And now we have a traveling call, another turnover for the Burros, as Kindred putting that half-court / three-quarter court press on for a majority of the first quarter here so far. Inbounds pass will be triggered by Jordan Berner, and that'll come inside right to Taryn Johnson and right off the glass and in. Johnson was 7, and it's 20-4, and another timeout here by Hillsboro Central Valley.
Actually, it's the end of the first.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I wasn't looking at the clock. So with that said, we'll take a break and be back after this here on the ND Sports Channel. The ND Sports Channel is a proud supporter and broadcast partner with North Dakota Softball All-Stars. The games and skills competition for the 3rd annual Shields ND Softball All-Star Series are scheduled for June 3rd and 4th, 2019, and it'll all be live on the ND Sports Channel. Let's team up and help ND Softball All-Stars make the program the best it can be for the final high school softball game for the top seniors in the state of North Dakota. Send your donations to ND Softball All-Stars, P.O. Box 6544, Fargo, North Dakota 58109, or you can also donate on the ND Softball All-Stars Facebook page. For more information on ND Softball All-Stars, check out the website ndsoftballallstars.com. Let's team up to support a great program for a great sport in the great state of North Dakota. All right, welcome back. Start of the second quarter here, and it's 20-4 in favor of the Kindred Vikings. Vikings going from right to left in their blue jerseys, so the Burros going from left to right in their white jerseys, and the white jerseys will get the ball back on another turnover by the Kindred Vikings. That's 7 for the Vikings now. Hillsboro had 9 turnovers in that first period of play. Pressure in the backcourt again. It's a 3-quarter court press, but the Burros will get it over the timeline into the hands of Mackenzie Iverson. Iverson will look down low with a strong move. It's Jess Lazur with the bucket. That's her first points of the match for the 5'6" senior center. And it's 20-6. Make it 22-6. Taryn Johnson will get the bucket. Pass down low. I think it may have been a tipped pass down low. It'll go out of bounds, but it'll remain with the Burros. Taryn Johnson with 9 points on that last bucket. She now leads the way for the Kindred Vikings in scoring up to this point in the game. And there's a pass that will find its way out of bounds. And turnover number 10 for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Two team fouls for each team. One on Magnuson, one on Ensign for the Burros. And the shot is up and in from Jordan Berner. Or check that, Heinrich, I guess. That's her first 2 buckets of the game. She was 0-2 from the free throw line prior to that. And turnover, once again, a traveling call this time on the Burros. And the Vikings will get the ball back, leading 24-6. Near wing, that's Berner. Looking inside, Taryn Johnson, a little too strong off the glass. Defensive rebound comes down to Magnuson. And then a whistle will blow, and the clock will stop with 6:27 to go here in the second quarter of play. Substitution coming up here for the Burros, and checking into the lineup is the 5'8" junior, Reagan Baszler. Inbounds pass is taken away by Baszler, but then she loses it off her knee into the scorer's table, and Kindred will get the ball back. 6:22 to go here, second quarter of play.
That's one kid I would not want to meet in a dark alley, is Baszler.
Near wing now, it's Lexi Foss. Foss back up top to Berner. Berner nearly lost it, regained control, looked inside for Johnson. The pass was intercepted by Lazur and then taken right back by the Vikings. A turnover per side, and now the bucket's up and in to make it 26-6. And Foss gets into the scorebook with her first bucket of the game. And the Burros, and looks like she hit her head falling backwards. I can't catch the jersey number on it. It looks like she'll be all right.
3, so
that is Mackenzie Iverson. 26-6 here in the second quarter of play. Inbounds pass will come into the hands of Baszler. Baszler will send it back over to Forseth. Forseth nearly lost it, regained control. Now battle for the ball here at midcourt, picked up by the Vikings. Turnover number etc. for Hillsboro Central Valley, 13 to be exact.
Did you just say turnover number, etc.?
I did, because I couldn't do the mental math in my head on my dash marks there quick enough. And another turnover. Turnover number 14, and now it's turnover number 10 for the Vikings. So on 3 occasions in this game, we've had back-to-back simultaneous turnovers on each team.
It's starting to turn into a turnover fest.
It is. A good thing for the Vikings, they can afford a little bit longer to do that turnover exchange if they wish. But the Burros certainly need to take advantage of that.
Number 3,
Lexi Foss first personal, 3rd team foul. Team 4th, excuse me. (26-6) inbounds pass triggered by Iverson. Iverson bounce pass to Baszler. Baszler will feed it to Forseth. Shot is up, too strong off the glass. Johnson originally had the rebound, got ricocheted into the hands of Abby Dukeshire. Dukeshire down at the other end, tried to feed Burner on the baseline there, but it'll go out of bounds for another Vikings turnover. (26-6). And it's been that way for a while now. As the ball get kicked out of bounds, it'll stay with the Vikings.
The one thing here, Mike, that really Kindred has been lucky with is HCV has not been able to capitalize on those turnovers.
That's exactly right. And if they could do that, it would be a much closer game. Inside. Gets it into the hands of Magnuson here on the near wing. Back out top now. They'll swing it around the perimeter. 2 passes later in the far corner. Driving baseline. Shot is up, no good. Rebound comes down to the hands of Magnuson for the offensive board. Now a 3-pointer up in, off the glass, too strong, out of the hands of Baszler. And then the follow-up will earn 2 shots on the rebound there.
Nice rebound there by Sage Forseth, and she tried to put that one back, but got fouled in the act. Foul's going to be on number 10.
That's Burner.
Burner's first.
And the free throw is up, and ooh, it rattles around to the left side for Forseth, who's now 0 for 3 from the free throw line here for the Burros in this game. And the Burros are 0 for 3, as Forseth has been the only one to take free throws in this game up to this point. There we go. She got one now. She's 1 for 4. 26-7, a 19-point lead here for the Kindred Vikings. Dukeshire will swing it off there on the far corner to Taryn Johnson. He'll put it over cross court into the hands of Maddie Oline, who's into the lineup. Dukeshire with a long 2. At least I believe it was a long 2. Either way, it did not go in. And the rebound comes down to the Burros. Inside, and now a collision at midcourt between 3 or 4 players, and
Viking foul on number 32, Lacey Reeser, second for team 6.
It's going to be on Lacey Reeser, second, 6th team.
26-7, 4 minutes to go, second quarter of play. Burros had the ball, far wing, that's inside. Now looking inside and traveling. Yep, that is the call. It's another turnover. That's 15 now for wrestling. Score is in. Fargo Davies defeats Fargo South in high school wrestling. At the end of the first period, Century leads Hazen JV 1-0 in boys hockey. We'll get you more scores as they come in tonight. 3:47 and counting to go here in the second quarter of play. A 26-7 lead here for the Kindred Vikings. They have the ball. Taryn Johnson, reverse layup. Check that. Michaela Heinrich with the reverse layup. And it's 28-7. Ball tipped up in the air, and now it's Jordan Burner all alone and lays it in off the glass. She has 4. A bucket in the first and a bucket in the second, and now a whistle blows in the backcourt. I'll stop the clock with 3:17 to go here, and the Vikings will have an inbounds pass along the baseline.
From a good buddy of ours, Tim Howe, end of the first in boys hockey. South Chandler 2, Cheyenne 1.
That was a game that we were going to do tonight, but due to some equipment, or not equipment issues, but setup issues, we had to pick a different game. And, well, can't be disappointed with the one that we came here for tonight, is Taryn Johnson now into double digits with a total of, let's see here, 7, 9, 11 points. And it's 30-7 and a timeout, Hillsboro Central Valley. Your thoughts on the first quarter, first half, I should say, so far here, Chris?
You know, I've said it, and I've said it, and I've said it again. Turnovers are really hurting Hillsboro Central Valley. But I tell you what, give them a lot of credit. You know, Reagan Baszler, about a minute and a half ago, prevented a turnover right around midcourt by doing a spinorama around her back. You know, preventing what would have been an open look for Kindred. But Kindred is just, they're playing lights out right now, and I'm really happy with how they're playing coming out of the shoot. I mean, they've turned the ball over, but Duke, sure, she's playing well again.
As is Taryn Johnson, and, well, both of those two, the one you mentioned, the one I mentioned, they're both freshmen. As 8th graders last year, I don't know if you knew the stat, those three averaged 42 points a game combined, and they were all 8th graders.
Yeah.
It was Abby Dukeshire, Taryn Johnson, and drawing a blank on the other one. Tina Fryer, I believe, was the other one. Yes, Tina Fryer. She's a 9th grader this year, so she would have been an 8th. But, yeah, the 8th graders for Kindred averaged 40, I think it was 42 points was the stat in their games last year. And, you know, when you score 50 points a game and 42 of them are from 8th graders, well, you got a good team there. There's no doubt about that.
No doubt about it at all. Yeah, no, I missed all of last season, of course, being in the hospital.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
Burrow foul on number 13, Reagan Baszler, her first, team third.
Baszler picks up her first, team third. Going to the line is Jordan Berner, the 5'5 junior, and swish on the free throw. And that's one thing that that's about besides turnovers, that's about the only two things they've struggled with in this game so far. Berner 1 for 1, and Berner 1 for 2.
One free throw for Jordan Berner.
33-7. PA announcer confirming what I just said, and ooh, that one unlucky through the legs there of Magnuson out of bounds, and that goes into the books as a turnover for the Burros. Stopping the clock with 2:36 to go here in the second quarter. Once again, if you're just joining us here, we have issues with our on-screen clock, so we're just shutting it off. And we'll give you verbal cues on how much time is left. 2:27 and counting. After 2, Devils Lake and the Knight Riders are tied at 3. That's a girls' hockey score.
I'm okay with that. Just saying.
33-7. Hillsboro Central Valley will have the ball. 2:19 to go here in the first half of play. And I don't know, if you're asking me, she may have gotten away with the travel there, Caitlin Insing, but the Burros will recover, and a little swat pass there over to McKenna Bergstrom. Whistle blows, clock stops, 2:02, and going to the line is McKenna Bergstrom. That's the 7th team foul. Now the Burros will be in a 1-and-1 bonus for the remainder of this half.
Taryn Johnson with the foul, her second of the game.
And the free throw is up and just misses to the right side, and she'll bend down to tie her shoe. And the second free throw is a little too strong off the back rim. Back the other way, quickly come the Kindred Vikings. Dukeshire will hand it off to Berner. No, check that. Three-pointer up, three-pointer no good. That was Berner, excuse me. There's 2 Berners on the team, number 4 and number 10, and, well, now that I know that, we shouldn't have an issue with that there. Jordan Berner, number 4, the 5'5 junior guard, and then you got Casey Berner, the 5'6 8th grader guard. She has 3 points, a personal foul, and a steal, and she's an 8th grader, and it's only the first half. Inside, looks inside there for Magnuson, and Magnuson on her way to the hoop will draw contact, and she'll step up to the free throw line. That's team foul number 8 on the Vikings.
Viking foul, number 15, Michaela Heinrich, her second.
Heinrich picks up her second. She has 2 steals, 2 fouls, and 2 buckets, and 2 missed free throws. 2s across the board there for Heinrich now, and stepping up to the free throw line is Abby Magnuson, and that one a little too strong off the back rim. 1 for 5 in the second quarter, 1 for 7 so far in the game. From the line for the Burros so far, and second free throw attempt is up, and that one will miss as well. 1 for 8 now for the Burros in the game, and Dukeshire will have the ball over the timeline, and she'll set things up here for the Vikings. A couple passes later, ends up in the hands, top of the key, Alexi Foss. Foss will get called for traveling. That'll be a turnover. (33-7) once again. On the near side, bounce pass intended there for Lazur, and that will go out.
It's going to be a foul, sending Hillsboro Central Valley to the line.
9th team foul, and the second on Lexi Foss. 1 foul away from a double bonus. Foss will check out. Checking in is Maddie Oline. Oline, a 5'7" junior guard for the Kindred Vikings. And now the 1 for 8 Hillsboro Central Valley Burros will go to the line, and Lazur is 0 for 1. 1:09 to go here and counting in the first half of play. On the near wing, that's Burner. Burner up top to the other Burner. And then the pass down there for Oline, just over her head and out of bounds for another Kindred turnover, and the Burros will get the ball back with 1 minute even to go here in the first half of play. Two men, 2 ladies defensively in the backcourt. Now Burros will bring it over the timeline. On the near wing, now up to the top of the key, into the hands of Bergstrom. Bergstrom will take a couple dribbles, high post, makes a move, right, goes left, Forsyth up off the glass, and in. Forsyth with 5 points, 33-9 is our score now. Second quarter of play, 35 seconds and counting, or check that, 25 seconds and counting. Basket partially blocking my view of the scoreboard here on the left-hand side of the gym as I see it. And a big cement beam blocking my vision of the scoreboard on the right-hand side of the gym. So 18 seconds to go. Pass inside, down low for Magnuson. Shot up won't go. Magnuson gets the rebound. Then is it a jump ball? I want to say it might be, or is it a foul?
It's a foul.
It's going to be a foul on Kindred. And with 12 seconds to go, the Burros are now in double bonus, and Magnuson, who's 0 for 2, will try and change that. She'll get 2 more here. Maddie Oline gets her first, team foul number 10. And that'll be a miss for Magnuson from the line. She's 0 for 3 now. All 3 attempts coming here in the second quarter. She'll get at least 1 more. And with 12 seconds to go, we'll see if another foul is committed or not. 33-9, 33-10. Abby Magnuson 1 for 4, and 5 seconds to go. Burner with the ball, top of the key, near side for Reese. Looking down low, Dukeshire with a little alley-oop, reverse layup, but that'll hit the rim and drop no good, and that brings us to halftime with your score, 33 Kindred Vikings, 10 Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. We'll take a break and come back after this here on the ND Sports Channel. Quality Home Restorations is Fargo Moorhead's go-to place for quality home remodel and repair services. Quality Home Restorations offers free estimates on all your home remodel and repair projects like drywall, laminate flooring, roofing, and much more. Check out the great photos of past projects completed by Quality Home Restorations on their Facebook page. Just search Quality Home Restorations. When it comes to your home being restored, count on Quality Home Restorations. Call Mike today at 400-1751. That's 400-1751 to set up an appointment for a free estimate. Quality Home Restorations in Fargo.
Paper tickets. Rookie mistake. Game Time is the fastest way to buy tickets to live events with your friends. You can buy the perfect seats in seconds, and tickets are delivered directly to your phone, so you always have them with you. Download Game Time free on the App Store, and you'll instantly see a curated list of the best upcoming events in your area. Game Time sorts through thousands of available seats on the market and presents you with only the 50 best values. One of the best things about Game Time is you can get tickets at last-minute prices even after the game starts. Download Game Time free on the App Store today.
April 2019, the Fargo North softball team returns to the ND Sports Channel. Live video broadcast of each and every Spartan softball game, home and away all season long, will be streamed live on the ND Sports Channel. This spring, watch every swing of the bat, every stolen base, every strikeout, and every home run for your Fargo North Spartans live and exclusively on the ND Sports Channel. And for a full current sports schedule, check out the website at ndsportschannel.com. To sponsor Spartan softball, give us a call, 701-404-9072. That's 701-404-9072. The ND Sports Channel is the #1 online sports broadcasting station in the state of North Dakota, providing radio and video coverage of high school sporting events since October 2017 in North Dakota and western Minnesota. Football, basketball, baseball, softball, hockey, volleyball, and soccer. The ND Sports Channel brings you over 200 games every year. For a complete upcoming schedule of sports broadcasts, check out the website at ndsportschannel.com. Sponsor your favorite sporting event or team by calling us at 701-404-9072. As of November 2018, over 43,000 have tuned in for our 280-plus sports broadcasts on the ND Sports Channel. Thrilled is an understatement. The ND Sports Channel brings you high school soccer, volleyball, football, hockey, softball, baseball, basketball, and more. Regular season and tournaments. The ND Sports Channel has been there and will continue to be there, and it's all made possible by the sponsors you hear about in this game broadcast. Put your business in front of the fans tuning in. Roster space is indeed limited, so call us 404-9072 and team up with us to support your team's high school sporting events right here on the ND Sports Channel. We want to thank each of our sponsors for your support of high school sports on the ND Sports Channel since our first broadcast on October 17, 2017. 282 games were broadcasted in our first year on the air thanks to the support of the sponsors you hear about in this game broadcast. The ND Sports Channel also wants to thank you for watching and listening to these games. 41,248 of you to be exact. Now we are in year 2 and over 2,300 have already tuned into the game so far this year on the ND Sports Channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to high school sports here on the ND Sports Channel. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had zero broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up. A game is a game. Someone will win, someone will lose. But don't let the loss in the first round of the state tournament be the reason you missed the game-winning goal, the buzzer-beating three-pointer, the two-run homer in the bottom of the 7th. Help us broadcast more complete state tournaments. Every single game, not just the winner's bracket. Contact us by email, ndsportschannel@gmail.com, or by phone at 404-9072 to get more information on how you can team up with us to provide more video coverage of your team's state tournament appearance. All right, welcome back. Halftime score here in Hillsboro, 33-10 in favor of the Kindred Vikings.
And for a scoring update, we'll go to our statewide scoreboard. Chris Larson, what do you have on the statewide scoreboard?
We have all sorts of action going on tonight at the half. In girls basketball, it's Hatton Northwood 18, Larimore 18. At the end of 3 quarters, it is partial on the ladies' side, leading West Hope Newburgh 45-41 after 3. Again, here we're at 33-10, Kindred with the lead. In hockey, girls hockey, it's Mandan 2, Dickinson 1. At the half, it's Napoleon Gackle Streeter 15, Ellendale 7. Mandan in boys hockey leads the Minot Magicians 1-0 on the boys' side as well. In hockey, it's the Jamestown Blue Jays 2, Devils Lake 1, with 8 minutes to go in the second period. At the end of 1 in Mayville, it's Mayport CG 11, Dakota Prairie 3. So we alluded to a little bit ago, it's 3-3 after 2 at Burdick Arena in Devils Lake. The Grand Forks Knight Rider ladies tied with the Firebirds. And in high school hockey in Grafton boys hockey, it is the Detroit Lakers defeating the Grafton Park River Spoilers 6-2 in a couple of scores here around the state of North Dakota.
All right, thanks a lot, Chris, for that. We'll take another quick break. We'll come back with your first half stats and wrap up our halftime show and get ready for the third quarter. Once again, your halftime score: Kindred Vikings 33 and the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros 10. Back in a moment here with your halftime stats. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had 0 broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up. April 2019, the Fargo North softball team returns to the ND Sports Channel. Live video broadcasts of each and every Spartan softball game, home and away all season long, will be streamed live on the ND Sports Channel. This spring, watch every swing of the bat, every stolen base, every strikeout, and every home run for your Fargo North Spartans, live and exclusively on the ND Sports Channel. And for a full current sports schedule, check out the website at ndsportschannel.com. To sponsor Spartan softball, give us a call, 701-404-9072. That's 701-404-9072. A game is a game. Someone will win, someone will lose. But don't let the loss in the first round of the state tournament be the reason you missed the game-winning goal, the buzzer-beating three-pointer, the two-run homer in the bottom of the 7th. Help us broadcast more complete state tournaments. Every single game, not just the winner's bracket. Contact us by email, ndsportschannel@gmail.com, or by phone at 404-9072 to get more information on how you can team up with us to provide more video coverage of your team state tournament appearance. As of November 2018, over 43,000 have tuned in for our 280-plus sports broadcasts on the ND Sports Channel. Thrilled is an understatement. The ND Sports Channel brings you high school soccer, volleyball, football, hockey, softball, baseball, basketball, and more. Regular season and tournaments. The ND Sports Channel has been there and will continue to be there, and it's all made possible by the sponsors you hear about in this game broadcast. Put your business in front of the fans tuning in. Roster space is indeed limited, so call us 404-9072 and team up with us to support your team's high school sporting events right here on the ND Sports Channel. All right, welcome back. We are in Hillsboro, North Dakota. It's the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros trailing the Kindred Vikings 33-10. Your first half numbers look like this. Let's see here. Leading the way in scoring for the Burros, 5 points for Sage Forseth, 2 for Jess Lazur, and 3 for Abby Magnuson. The Burros were 2 of 9, or 22.2%. from the free throw line. They had 5 rebounds, 1 offensive, 4 defensive, and a total of 16 turnovers. They scored 4 in the first and 6 in the second to bring them to their halftime mark of 10. For the Kindred Vikings, they had a total of 11 rebounds, 5 offensive, 6 defensive. And leading the way right now is Taryn Johnson with 11, followed by Abby Dukeshire with 8. You got 5 for Jordan Berner, 4 for Michaela Heinrich, 3 for Casey Berner, and 2 for Lexi Foss. The Vikings were 2 of 6 from the free throw line, or 33.3%, and had a total of 13 turnovers in the first half of play. They scored 20 in the first, 13 in the second to bring them to their total of 33, and that brings us to our start of third quarter score, 33-10, as the shot's up no good. Burrows shot near side. That was a good-looking shot, but an offensive rebound followed by a defensive rebound and a steal, and it's over and back. It was a nice effort there, but the foot just was too far back. She couldn't pull it over the line.
Great effort there by Reagan Baszler, coming out of the shoot there.
So it remains 33-10 here in quarter number 3. Moorhead Spuds defeat the Brainerd Warriors 5-1 in boys hockey. That score just came in a few seconds ago. Once again, 33-10 with 7:15 and counting to go. Vikings have the ball, look down low. Abby Dukeshire in double digits with 10 points now. Spud girls have just started the third period. No report on a score there on that one. Keep you posted on that as they come. Shot up, no good there by Mackenzie Iverson, and the rebound initially came down to the Kindred Vikings, Lexi Foss, but then she got tied up in a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors the Burros. Inbounds pass, and before the inbounds pass could come in, there was a foul on the Burros, or no, it was a 5-second violation. It was a violation, not a foul. No fouls for either team yet here in the second half of play. 35-10, excuse me. Vikings have the lead. Nice effort there as she was falling down. Puts it in off the glass, and Lexi Foss with 2 more makes it 37-10. So 2 for Dukeshire, 2 for Foss here in the third quarter, and the Vikings outscoring the Burros 4-0 up to this point here in the third quarter of play. Inbounds pass will be triggered by Berner from in front of the scorer's table at midcourt to Dukeshire in the back. Or check that. Yeah, it is Dukeshire. She'll bring it over the timeline. Little miscommunication there. Swings it over to Heinrich. Heinrich back over to Dukeshire, far side. Fakes left, goes right on the baseline, comes back out, pops it up top for Lexi Foss. And now Dukeshire puts in a 3.
Abby Dukeshire for 3.
Give the assist to Lexi Foss, and Dukeshire with 13 now, and now she leads the way by 2, and she'll get 2 more? She will. And she'll have a chance to make it another 3-point play. And now Dukeshire with 15 points, followed by Taryn Johnson with 11. 42-10, a 32-point lead for the Kindred Vikings. Dukeshire with the free throw, up too strong off the back of the rim, will miss that one. Vikings are now 2 for 7 in the game from the free throw line. 42-10, 5:47 to go here, third quarter of play. Mackenzie Iverson swings it over into the hands of, I believe that's inside. Couldn't quite catch the jersey number there. Now come over near side here for Forseth. Forseth will get fouled on her way to the hoop, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. That's the first for either team here in the second half. And we'll have a substitution as Reese will come in. Heinrich will pick up her 3rd. And the free throw's up and in, nothing but net. 1 for 1 here in the second half as her teammates congratulate her. And Forseth, now 2 of 5 in the game so far here for the Burros. 42-11. Make it 42-12.
2 free throws for Sage Forseth.
She's now 3 for 6, 50% from the line. Not a bad stat for a free throw stat. Dukeshire, far side. Burner will set up a weak screen, we'll say, and now Burner will get it back to, that's Taryn Johnson. Johnson looking down low. Dukeshire will have to retreat out to the near sideline. Now she looks inside. Taryn Johnson, it got tipped. It goes out of bounds. It stays with the Vikings. 42-12, a 30-point lead for Kindred here in the third quarter with 5:05 to go. And the inbounds pass will be triggered by Burner. Inbounds pass comes to, it'll trickle its way into the hands of Burner. Swings around, three-pointer up. Taryn Johnson, too strong. Rebound comes down into the hands of Reagan Baszler. Baszler will bring it back, pick up her dribble. Top of the key now, it's Iverson. Iverson, one dribble, bounce pass near wing into the hands of Forseth. Forseth looking down low, one dribble, partially blocked by Johnson. Struggle for the ball on the floor. They'll call a jump ball. Possession will favor the Burros. 4:36, stop the clock there. Kindred still has all their timeouts. Hillsboro Central Valley has 3. And that'll be a foul on Dukeshire, second one on the Vikings. Reach-in foul, that should be her. Check that, I mean, Jordan Burner who picks up the foul. Thought I saw the white knee pads, which would have told me that was Dukeshire, but maybe something, my eyes are not working right now. Dukeshire definitely intercepts that pass, brings it back the other way, up court now to Burner, and Burner off the glass and in, give the assist to Abby Dukeshire, and Burner up to 7 points now. Jordan Burner, the 5'5" junior, wrestling match forward at midcourt stripe, whistle will blow, stopping the clock with 4:07.
Viking foul number 4, Jordan Burner, her second. Team third.
Third team foul here on the Vikings, the second one on Jordan Burner. Both of those coming here in the second half. Inbounds pass will go into the hands of Morgan Thompson. Back into the lineup for the Burros, and now will come back near wing here for Sage Forseth. Back over to Thompson. Thompson will take a couple dribbles to her right side over to the far wing, picks up her dribble, puts it under the hands of Forseth, who looks back down low for Brecken, but then it's intercepted by the Vikings. That's another turnover here for Hillsboro Central Valley. Dukeshire now, right, goes left, looks for Taryn Johnson, down low, one dribble, up strong, up and in, and off the glass, and one.
Tell you what, Taryn Johnson really has been getting some lucky shots to fall here today, Mike.
There's no doubt about that. Luck and easy, and it doesn't matter if it's easy, medium, or hard. It's going in for Taryn Johnson so far tonight. She has 13. Probably 9 of those 13 were not easy shots. Taryn Johnson looking to make it 14. She's 1 for 2 from the line so far in the game, and the free throw is up and off the back of the rim too strong. 1 for 3. Unable to convert on the three-point play, and it's 46-12 in favor of the Vikings. And back the other way now comes the Burros. Thompson over on the far side. Dribbles baseline, and the whistle will blow. And that'll stop the clock with 3:28 to go here in the third quarter. And we'll have another foul on the Kindred Vikings. Team foul number 4 for Kindred.
Kindred foul number 21, Olivia Abraham, her first.
Olivia Abraham checking in the lineup for the first time, and she'll pick up her first personal. Thompson on the near end. And she tried to put up a little, you call it a hook shot, and it fell a little short. It'll go out of bounds, and that's another turnover here for the Burros. Class B girls score. Velva defeats Carrington 78-64. That one just went final a few seconds ago. Keep you updated on those games as the scores come into us here. 3:07 to go. And I'll stop the clock at 3:06.
Kindred foul number 22, Taryn Johnson. That's her third.
Taryn Johnson, 3 now, 5 and 2 away from a bonus here for the Burros. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. It'll come into the hands of Inside. Inside will look down low for Lazur. Lazur will get fouled. And the official runs into a little kid who entered the area of play. And
Ooh, that might be number 4 on Johnson.
Viking foul. Number 14.
No, that'll be the second on Oline, actually.
I thought I saw Kirk Mashalik signal 22.
Loser free throw, up and in. 1 for 2, 50% from the line for the 5'6" senior for the Burros.
It's obvious these Norwegian eyes need to get them checked.
And the second free throw is up, and that one is not going to drop. 1 for 3. Lazur makes it 13 for the Burros, but they still trail by plenty, 46-13. Baseline inbounds pass here for the Kindred Vikings out of the hands of Casey Berner. Berner looks inside, up and in, and that was Oline. No, Abraham, excuse me. Abraham will get the bucket to make it 48-13, and she'll have a chance to make it 49. Too strong off the back of the rim there for Abraham. Abraham had a total of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 points in the junior varsity game. Now she has 2 here in the varsity game. Couple of shots that won't drop there for the Kindred Vikings. Now the ball gets tied up, and as a result of the wrestling match, the possession arrow will go in favor of the Kindred Vikings, 48-13. With 2:27 to go here in the third quarter of play. And another inbounds pass here for Casey Berner. 5'6", 8th grader, the steal and 3 points. And 1 personal foul so far in this matchup. Kindred will chase that one down into the backcourt. Hillsboro will put a little bit of pressure momentarily, and then Kindred will bring it up over the timeline. 2:17 and counting, and driving the lane and putting it in off the glass is Lexi Foss.
If you're Hillsboro Central Valley, you can't let that happen.
50-13. And it's all Kindred here in the varsity matchup. Harvey Wells County defeats Des Lacs Burlington 43-36. That one just went final. That's a Class B girls score for you. A lot of girls games going on. We had a few yesterday, but a majority of them are tonight. Season openers as Thompson will do a little drop pass there, and now come to the near wing to Forseth. Put up the long 3, and it will be rebounded by Kindred. Back the other way, and that will be a traveling call. Berthold will defeat TGU 65-59. That is a final score for you, 50-13. Olivia Abraham will get a breather on the bench. So the traveling call makes it turnover 15 for the Kindred Vikings. 50-13 is our score. And that's another turnover there for Hillsboro. I'm running out of spots on the turnover box there for their team. Air ball, 3-pointer up from the far wing, and that's rebounded there by Sage Forseth. Almost every borough has at least 1 defensive rebound. The only ones with not are Bergstrom, Iverson, and Thompson. And at 5'5", 5'6", and 5'8", it's not likely that they'll get a lot of rebounds compared to some of their teammates who stand just shy of 6 feet.
You know, it's important here, Mike, for Hillsboro Central Valley to make these free throws down the stretch. You know, if nothing else, for a little pride.
Exactly. I would agree with that. That was Sage Forseth getting a little bit of pride back here for the Burros. 50-14. Forseth missed her first 3. And she's been perfect since then. She's now 5 for 8. Missed her first 3, made her last 5 in a row. Another score coming in. Glenburn Panthers defeat the Kenmare Honkers 50-41. That's a Class B girls score for you. 50-15, and a loose ball across the midcourt stripe. Be picked up by, and there'll be a foul or traveling. Foul on the Kindred Vikings. And that should be on Oline, and if that is, that's her third. It's the 8th one for Kindred. I can tell you that much for sure. Kindred County defeats Washburn 49-14, a final there.
Mayport CG leads Dakota Prairie 25-19 at the half.
That's a halftime score for you. We'll keep those scores coming in as they become available. Some of the games starting to go final. A lot of those games started at 6:45, 5:30, and 7, where all the games on this side of the state starting at 7:30. 50-16 now. I believe that's Iverson. Jersey ponytails covering up her jersey number, and it was Iverson, and she goes 2 for 2. In this quarter alone, the Burros are 7 of 8 from the free throw line, and it is 50-17. And that shot is up and in, 52-17. Josie Lundquist with her first bucket. Partial defeats West Hope Newburgh 58-50. And Ned Rose defeats Turtle Lake Mercer 51-21, and Oaks defeats Enderlin 56-44. Speaking of Enderlin, we'll have their game against the Tri-State Tigers here on the ND Sports Channel coming up on Friday the 30th, just in a couple days from now. 9th team foul, the first one on the 5'7" freshman Mackenzie Ammerman. 52-18. Second free throw is missed. Baszler goes 1 for 2. Oline picks up her 4th, team 10th team foul, so that should be 2 now here for Jess Lazure. Free throw up too strong, back of the rim will bounce off, and Lazure 1 for 4 in the game, 1 for 3 here in the third quarter. 52-18, 24 seconds remaining here in the third, and the next free throw from Lazure is up and in. Nice job by Jess Lazure, the 5'6" senior. She's 2 for 4 in the third and 2 for 5 in the game. Near side now, new face, Olivia Abraham into the lineup, and now on the near side, another new face, Mackenzie Ammerman. And that'll be stolen away and then stolen back. So turnover per side here for the two teams. 2 seconds to go. Ball bounces out of bounds. Stops the clock with 0.8 seconds to go here in the third quarter of play. So Kindred, they have enough time if they're very quick to maybe get a shot off here. We'll see what happens though. So it's basically you got the JV team in here for Kindred now. That ball's tipped, and that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. 52-19 is your score. The Burros score 9 in that third quarter, and let's see here. 19 for the Vikings in that third quarter of play. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Be back after this. The ND Sports Channel is a proud supporter and broadcast partner with North Dakota Softball All-Stars. The games and skills competition for the 3rd annual Shields ND Softball All-Stars Series are scheduled for June 3rd and 4th, 2019, and it'll all be live on the ND Sports Channel. Let's team up and help ND Softball All-Stars make the program the best it can be for the final high school softball game for the top seniors in the state of North Dakota. Send your donations to ND Softball All-Stars, P.O. Box 6544, Fargo, North Dakota 58109, or you can also donate on the ND Softball All-Stars Facebook page. For more information on ND Softball All-Stars, check out the website, ndsoftballallstars.com. Let's team up to support a great program for a great sport in the great state of North Dakota. All right, welcome back. Start of the fourth quarter. And we'll tell you some stats here in a moment. Once again, we got pretty much the JV squad on for Kindred here, and that pass into the lane is intercepted by Sydney Brecken. Going to the books as a steal and a turnover for the Kindred Vikings.
We do have running time here, Mike, I believe.
That should be correct. 52-19. And now baseball pass, launched it down and cannot get it. Rebound will come down to Brecken on the defensive board. Interesting stat here at halftime. The Burros were shooting 22.2% from the free throw line. They went 9 of 12 in the third quarter to make it 11 of 21 overall, and that increased it to 52.3% in 1 quarter of play.
Isn't that amazing how free throws can totally change?
On the flip side, Kindred 33.3% at the half, went 0 for 3, and they're down to 22% from the line now. So it's basically a total reversal on the free throw percentage stat. We have a jump ball. That will favor the Burros.
Now, you didn't have to take your shoes off to do all that math, correct?
No, I didn't, no.
Just wanted to make sure our listeners knew that, or viewers knew that.
.629 and counting. It should stop for free throws.
Kindred foul number 22, Taryn Johnson, her 4th.
But apparently it will not. And somebody may have to look at the NDHSAA website, because I know for a fact, and now the clock is indeed stopped, 6:18. So I am very familiar with that rule. So first one up, no good. That is Sydney Brecken.
Nice rebound there by Abby Magnuson for Hillsboro Central Valley. A nice putback by number 15 for Kindred. That is
Michaela Heinrich with the score there.
Don't worry, I'll pick it up when he can't here. Hillsboro Central Valley has it in the Kindred end. With it for the Burros, Forseth. Passes inside to Brecken. With it now is number 34. That's Abby Magnuson. Magnuson in a little bit of trouble. That's going to go out of bounds off of Kindred. Hillsboro Central Valley will keep it. Clock runs, but we have 12 seconds, 13 seconds on the shot clock here. 5:30 and kind of go in a quarter number 4.
11 now, make it 13-15 for Abby Dukeshire, so she'll probably end the night with 15 points. Got some more final scores coming in here. Century JV defeats Hazen 7-0. Burke County defeats South Prairie 56-34 in Class B girls basketball. 54-19, free throw up and in. Nice job by Abby Magnuson. She had 3 points prior to that free throw. She's now up to 4. Hatton Northward defeats Larimore 52-27. That game is now final.
2 free throws for Abby Magnuson.
And that makes it 54-21. Top of the key, that's Reese. Swings it over far side. I believe that is Lundquist. In girls hockey, Bismarck defeats Minot 4-1. In boys side, just reported that one. 7-0 Century JV over Hazen Beulah. Hazen Beulah playing all JV teams this year, if you weren't aware of that. Burrows have the ball, and nearly an over and back call there, but Baszler will get it over. Stops at the free throw line, pops it back to Forseth. Forseth drives down near side of the lane. The basket will not count as a traveling call on the Burrows. Sage Forseth leading the way with 9 points here for the Burrows. Abby Dukeshire and Taryn Johnson combined for 28 of the Vikings' 54 points so far. So the ball will get booted out of bounds, and now we'll have subs for Hillsboro Central Valley. So some new names coming in for the Burrows. We'll try and track them all down between the two rosters here. Kenzie Iverson still in And then you have McKenna Bergstrom in. Iverson has the ball right now. She's being guarded there by Olivia Abraham. Top of the key, that is Sydney Hennings, number 20. Stolen away by Abraham. Shot up, too strong off the back rim. Came down and popped Morgan Thompson in the face, but hopefully she's okay. And the Burros will come back the other way now, as that is Sydney Hennings, number 20, and Morgan Thompson will grab the offensive rebound. 54-21. Haven't had any scoring here recently. Ammerman will put up a shot, and that one looked good, but it bounced off the back of the rim. Morgan Thompson will get the defensive board, and now only 2 Burros do not have a defensive board. That's Mackenzie Iverson and McKenna Bergstrom. And that ball will get tied up down below, and it'll be a foul, I believe, on Jordan Sunram.
Viking foul, number 24, Jordan Sunram. Her first.
Unofficially, team foul number 11, even though they stopped keeping track at number 10. Free throw is up and no good. Front of the rim off to the right side as McKenna Bergstrom.
So I've finally figured it out, Mike. Every time there's free throws, they let the clock run for 5 seseconds.
Oh, interesting.
No idea why.
Second free throw's up and in there for Bergstrom. 2:07 running clock with the exception of timeout, free throws, and injuries. (54-22). Shot up, no good. Offensive rebound, and then the assist. So the offensive rebound came down into the hands of Mackenzie Ammerman, and she'll also get the assist. As putting it in is Jordan Sunram to make it 56-22. Vikings will get the ball back, bring it back the other way. Up at the top of the key now, it's Abraham. Abraham, pass swatted away. Iverson with the steal, Iverson to the hoop, Iverson with the bucket, Iverson to the free throw line.
Mackenzie Iverson scoring for the Burros.
She has 4 points now, and she is 2 for 2 from the line so far tonight.
We just got a girls hockey score in from Devils Lake. The Grand Forks Knight Riders 4, Devils Lake 3.
Thanks for that update. Also, Spud girls are tied at 2 heading to overtime.
And all I'm going to say is a win at Devils Lake makes for a happy coach.
So Iverson will connect on the free throw, and that makes it 56-25 with a minute to go here in the game. Top of the key now for the Vikings is Sunram, puts it into the hands of Lundquist. Lundquist fakes right, dribbles left. Inside the paint, and the shot is up, won't go. Defensive rebound for Jess Lazur. Check that, Jillian Hurt, excuse me, it's the other 24. And with 30 seconds to go, the Vikings will get the ball back off another turnover here for the Burros. (20 seconds to go, remains 56-25. Vikings will more than likely run out the clock. Iverson attempted the steal. Now wide open is Oline. Oline takes a couple dribbles in, and now the Vikings will pass it around. Girls hockey score. Let's see here. Bismarck Blizzard defeat Minot 4-1. That's a final girls hockey score. And that will end it. Your final score, 56-25. Burros outscore the Vikings 6-4 in that fourth quarter. And we'll take a timeout and be back with your post-game show and wrap things up here from Hillsboro in a few minutes here on the ND Sports Channel. Quality Home Restorations is Fargo Moorhead's go-to place for quality home remodel and repair services. Quality Home Restorations offers free estimates on all your home remodel and repair projects like drywall, laminate flooring, roofing, and much more. Check out the great photos of past projects completed by Quality Home Restorations on their Facebook page. Just search Quality Home Restorations. When it comes to your home being restored, count on Quality Home Restorations. Call Mike today at 400-1751. That's 400-1751 to set up an appointment for a free estimate. Quality Home Restorations in Fargo.
Paper tickets. Rookie mistake. Game Time is the fastest way to buy tickets to live events with your friends. You can buy the perfect seats in seconds, and tickets are delivered directly to your phone, so you always have them with you. Download Game Time free on the App Store, and you'll instantly see a curated list of the best upcoming events in your area. Game Time sorts through thousands of available seats on the market and presents you with only the 50 best values. One of the best things about Game Time is you can get tickets at last-minute prices even after the game starts. Download Game Time free on the App Store today.
April 2019, the Fargo North softball team returns to the ND Sports Channel. Live video broadcast of each and every Spartan softball game, home and away all season long, will be streamed live on the ND Sports Channel. This spring, watch every swing of the bat, every stolen base, every strikeout, and every home run for your Fargo North Spartans live and exclusively on the ND Sports Channel. And for a full current sports schedule, check out the website at ndsportschannel.com. To sponsor Spartan softball, give us a call, 701-404-9072. That's 701-404-9072. The ND Sports Channel is the #1 online sports broadcasting station in the state of North Dakota, providing radio and video coverage of high school sporting events since October 2017 in North Dakota and western Minnesota. Football, basketball, baseball, softball, hockey, volleyball, and soccer. The ND Sports Channel brings you over 200 games every year. For a complete upcoming schedule of sports broadcasts, check out the website at ndsportschannel.com. Sponsor your favorite sporting event or team by calling us at 701-404-9072. As of November 2018, over 43,000 have tuned in for our 280-plus sports broadcasts on the ND Sports Channel. Thrilled is an understatement. The ND Sports Channel brings you high school soccer, volleyball, football, hockey, softball, baseball, basketball, and more. Regular season and tournaments. The ND Sports Channel has been there and will continue to be there, and it's all made possible by the sponsors you hear about in this game broadcast. Put your business in front of the fans tuning in. Roster space is indeed limited, so call us 404-9072 and team up with us to support your team's high school sporting events right here on the ND Sports Channel. We want to thank each of our sponsors for your support of high school sports on the ND Sports Channel since our first broadcast on October 17, 2017. 282 games were broadcasted in our first year on the air thanks to the support of the sponsors you hear about in this game broadcast. The ND Sports Channel also wants to thank you for watching and listening to these games. 41,248 of you to be exact. Now we are in year 2 and over 2,300 have already tuned into the game so far this year on the ND Sports Channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to high school sports here on the ND Sports Channel. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had zero broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up. A game is a game. Someone will win, someone will lose. But don't let the loss in the first round of the state tournament be the reason you missed the game-winning goal, the buzzer-beating three-pointer, the two-run homer in the bottom of the seventh. Help us broadcast more complete state tournaments. Every single game, not just the winner's bracket. Contact us by email, ndsportschannel@gmail.com, or by phone at 404-9072 to get more information on how you can team up with us to provide more video coverage of your team's state tournament appearance. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games and 240. All right, welcome back. As we are don't have any audio there. Oh yes, we do have audio. Okay, there we go. We do have audio. So welcome back here as we are actually on our post-game show. It says pre-game show up there. We'll have to make an edit on that for our next broadcast. But your final score, once again, 56-25 in favor of the Kindred Vikings. They improve to 1-0 while the Burros fall to 0-1 in their 11-game home winning streak comes to an end tonight here to the Kindred Vikings. And the Vikings now 7-0 in their last 7 meetings here with the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Let's see here. Let's go ahead. Actually, you know what? We'll take one more break, and we'll take a 30-second break here, and we'll add up some more stats that we forgot to add up in our first break, and we'll be right back here on the ND Sports Channel. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had zero broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up. April 2019, the Fargo North softball team returns to the ND Sports Channel. Live video broadcasts of each and every Spartan softball game, home and away all season long, will be streamed live on the ND Sports Channel. This spring, watch every swing of the bat, every stolen base, every strikeout, and every home run for your Fargo North Spartans live and exclusively on the ND Sports Channel. And for a full current sports schedule, check out the website at ndsportschannel.com. To sponsor Spartan softball, give us a call, 701-404-9072. That's 701-404-9072. A game is a game. Someone will win, someone will lose. But don't let the loss in the first round of the state tournament be the reason you missed the game-winning goal, the buzzer-beating three-pointer, the two-run homer in the bottom of the 7th. Help us broadcast more complete state tournaments. Every single game, not just the winner's bracket. Contact us by email, ndsportschannel@gmail.com, or by phone at 404-9072 to get more information on how you can team up with us to provide more video coverage of your team state tournament appearance. As of November 2018, over 43,000 have tuned in for our 280-plus sports broadcasts on the ND Sports Channel. Thrilled is an understatement. The ND Sports Channel brings you high school soccer, volleyball, football, hockey, softball, baseball, basketball, and more. Regular season and tournaments. The ND Sports Channel has been there and will continue to be there, and it's all made possible by the sponsors you hear about in this game broadcast. Put your business in front of the fans tuning in. Roster space is indeed limited, so call us 404-9072 and team up with us to support your team's high school sporting events right here on the ND Sports Channel. All right, welcome back. I want to thank our sponsors, including Game Time, Quality Home Restorations in Fargo. You can call Mike at the phone number there. We'll get that phone number for you. I don't have it memorized. I should have it memorized, but I don't. I think it's 400-1751. That sounds right. So give him a call and get your estimates on your home remodeling projects, and they do all sorts of things. You can call Mike once again, 400-1751 to get your estimate on your quality home restoration. Hope you're having a great evening. The Vikings win. They improved to 1-0, 56-25 over the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. And here's the update. Hillsboro Central Valley falls to 0-1 with the 56-25 loss to the Kindred Vikings. They have the Drayton Valley Edinburgh next, and then their next home game will be on December 7th here against the Grafton Spoilers. For the Kindred Vikings, they improved to 1-0 on the year. 1-0. It says at home. It should say 1-0 on the road. We'll get that changed with the 56-25 win over Hillsboro Central Valley. They got Sargent Central at home, their first home game of the year on November 30th, and then they'll hit the road to start out December against the Lisbon Broncos, and then they have home games against Northern Cass, Wymer, Lidgewood, and Dilworth, Glendon, Felton before they hit their first out-of-state trip. Rossholt, South Dakota on December 18th to take on the Tri-State Tigers, and that'll bring them into the Holiday Hoops Tournament with Grafton on the 27th to wrap up 2018. Your most valuable player of the game. We'll tell you who that is right after this 2-minute timeout here on the ND Sports Channel. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had zero broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up. April 2019, the Fargo North softball team returns to the ND Sports Channel. Live video broadcasts of each and every Spartan softball game, home and away all season long, will be streamed live on the ND Sports Channel. This spring, watch every swing of the bat, every stolen base, every strikeout, and every home run for your Fargo North Spartans, live and exclusively on the ND Sports Channel. And for a full current sports schedule, check out the website at ndsportschannel.com. To sponsor Spartan softball, give us a call, 701-404-9072. That's 701-404-9072. A game is a game. Someone will win, someone will lose. But don't let the loss in the first round of the state tournament be the reason you missed the game-winning goal, the buzzer-beating three-pointer, the two-run homer in the bottom of the seventh. Help us broadcast more complete state tournaments. Every single game, not just the winner's bracket. Contact us by email, ndsportschannel@gmail.com, or by phone at 404-9072 to get more information on how you can team up with us to provide more video coverage of your team state tournament appearance. As of November 2018, over 43,000 have tuned in for our 280-plus sports broadcasts on the ND Sports Channel. Thrilled is an understatement. The ND Sports Channel brings you high school soccer, volleyball, football, hockey, softball, baseball, basketball, and more. Regular season and tournaments. The ND Sports Channel has been there and will continue to be there, and it's all made possible by the sponsors you hear about in this game broadcast. Put your business in front of the fans tuning in. Roster space is indeed limited, so call us 404-9072 and team up with us to support your team's high school sporting events right here on the ND Sports Channel. All right, before we get to your most valuable player of the game, let's go over some numbers here. It was 20-4 Vikings in the first quarter, and then in the second quarter, the Vikings would outscore the Burros 13-6 to make it 33-10 at halftime. Vikings would outscore the Burros by 10, 19-9 in the third quarter and make it 52-19 heading into the fourth. But then the Burros would get the better of the Kindred JV team 6-4 in that fourth quarter. Kindred comes out on top, 56-25. 27 turnovers total for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, 16 of them in the first half, 17 for Kindred. Here's the big one. 13 of those 17 were in the first half. Kindred only had 4 turnovers in the second half, according to my numbers. The Kindred Vikings, as a team, were 1 for 4 in the first, 1 of 2 in the second, 0 of 3 in the third, and 0 for 0 in the fourth. From the free throw line, going 2 of 9, or 22% overall from the free throw line in the game. For the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, they were 0 of 2 in the first, 2 of 7 in the second, 9 of 12 in the third, and 3 of 5 in the fourth, making them 14 of 26 overall. And I forgot to do that, but I believe it's right around 50%. Let's check that here. 53% to be exact. Could probably round up to 54 on that one. And then let's see here. Rebounds, 5 in the first half, 13 in the game. They had 3 offensive and 10 defensive rebounds for the Burros. For the Kindred Vikings, 11 in the first half, 20 in the game. Those 20 are split up, 9 offensive, 11 defensive boards for the Kindred Vikings. Individual scoring, Morgan Thompson for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. No points with 2 rebounds, 1 on each side of the glass. Mackenzie Iverson, 4 points, 3 for 3 from the free throw line for 100%. And check that, 3 for 3 plus 2 should be 5 points. So she had 5 points. McKenna Bergstrom, Mackenzie Iverson also had 1 steal. McKenna Bergstrom, 1 point, 1 for 4, 25%. That attempt came in the second and the fourth quarters on those free throw attempts. Sage Forseth, defensive rebound, 1 assist, went 5 of 8 from the free throw line, shooting 63%, scored 9 points. Sydney Brecken, 0 for 1, no points, 2 defensive rebounds, a block, and a steal. Reagan Baszler, a steal and a defensive board, 1 personal foul, and went 1 for 2 for 1 point and 50% from the free throw line. Caitlin Insing, no points, but did have a defensive board, 1 personal foul. Jess Lazur, 4 points, 2 of 5 for 40% from the free throw line, 2 defensive boards and a steal. Abby Magnuson, 4 points, 2 of 5 for 40% from the free throw line, 1 defensive board, 2 offensive boards. Jillian Hurd came in late in the game, didn't score any points, did grab a defensive board and get 1 steal. And that wraps up your individual numbers for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. For the Kindred Vikings, Lexi Foss, the 5'7" junior, with 6 points, 2 defensive boards and an assist. Jordan Berner, 7 points, 1 of 2 for 50% from the free throw line, 1 defensive rebound, 2 personal fouls. Also 2 personal fouls for Lexi Foss. Abby Dukeshire, 15 points, 0 of 1 for the free throw line, and also had 5 rebounds, 3 defensive, 2 offensive, 3 assists, 2 steals. Casey Berner, and check this, no personal fouls for Abby Dukeshire in this game. Casey Berner, 3 points. That came on a triple back early in the first quarter. She also had 2 personal fouls and a steal. Tina Fryer, she played very, very little. She had 1 offensive rebound. That was it. There was only for a few seconds, I believe, in the third quarter, if memory serves me correctly. Mackenzie Ammerman, no points, 1 personal foul. 1 offensive board, 1 assist. Maddie O'Lean, no points, but 4 personal fouls. Michaela Heinrich with 6 points, 0 of 2 from the free throw line for 0%. 1 defensive board, 2 steals. Olivia Abraham, 2 points, 0 for 1 from the free throw line. That bucket came in the third quarter. 1 personal foul, 4 rebounds, 2 on each side of the glass, plus a steal. And then Taryn Johnson, 13 points, 1 of 3 for 33% from the free throw line. And then a total of 5 rebounds, 2 defensive, 3 offensive, and 1 block shot. And then you got Jordan Sunram with 2 points, a bucket coming late in the fourth, along with a personal foul. Lacey Reese, no points, 2 personal fouls. Josie Longquest, 2 points, a bucket in the third quarter. Autumn Kramer played but did not score any points or accumulate any stats, and that's your individual numbers for the Kindred Vikings. So, time now to reveal the most valuable player of the game. And just before I reveal it, Chris, a couple of names that come to mind. See if you get it, see if you don't.
Well, honestly, a lot of names come to mind in this one from Kindred. And one of them, Taryn Johnson. Another of them, Jordan Sunram. Another one, Abby Dukeshire. If you look on the other side, Reagan Baszler, Hillsboro Central Valley. Sage Forsyth, Hillsboro Central Valley.
I would agree with half of those there, and it's hard to really go with one, but we got to go with one, and, well, it's going to be Abby Dukeshire. 15 points, 2 steals, 3 assists, 1 3-pointer, 5 rebounds, 2 on the offensive, 3 on the defensive glass, and, well, 0 for 1 on the free throw line. That's about the only thing that she struggled with. She also, in those 27 turnovers for Hillsboro Central Valley, she played a role in at least half of those. 12 to 13 of those turnovers for Hillsboro Central Valley. So Abby Dukeshire, your most valuable player, the MVP of the game here for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Internet is certain sites are blocked here, which I got to contact the schools and get them to unblock my website. But you can go to ndsportschannel.com. Under the game rewind button, you can click on the sport of your choice, in this case basketball, and well, this game, along with the junior varsity game from earlier today, will be available on our website for a 24/7 replay within 24 hours after the conclusion of this game. But in most times, it is sooner than that. And, well, we hope you enjoyed your broadcast. Also, if you go under the schedules button, click on final scores. If you missed any game that's ever broadcasted here on the ND Sports Channel, right down the middle is a green column with the word play. You go to the game of your choice, click on play. It'll take you to that video, and you can watch the game again on demand 24/7. Final scores, upcoming schedule. It's all there under the schedules button on our website also. We got Central Cast Squirrels, basketball, volleyball, wrestling. We have the North Star Bearcats. 3 sports. I can't remember. I know basketball and volleyball are 2 of the 3. I think football is the other one. We have the NDSCS Wildcats, and we have about 3 or 4 other teams. Hankinson Pirates, Wyoming Ridgewood Warbirds, Tri-State Tigers, the Northern Cass Jaguars, and I'm sure I'm leaving out one or two, but they're all under the channels button under ND Sports East, ND Sports West, or ND Sports College. And anytime that they have a game, you can watch that game live on one of those 3 network channels on our website under the channels button at ndsportschannel.com. So keep that in mind. And that also provides us with an opportunity to do live look-ins on games when there's a particular game of interest during one of our broadcasts. So once again, if we're not broadcasting the game that you wanted to see, and it happens to be one of those 10 or 12 teams that I mentioned earlier, you can go to our website under the channels button, click on either Network East, Network West, or Network College, and watch the game of your choice right there, all in one spot on our website at ndsportschannel.com. For Chris Larson, my name is Mike Mason. That's going to wrap it up here from Hillsboro, North Dakota. Your final score once again, the Kindred Vikings 1-0. 56-25 over the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, who are 0-1. Have a great night. We'll talk to you on the 29th, in 2 days from now, for boys hockey, Fargo North and Grand Forks Central at the Coliseum in Fargo. We'll talk to you then. That's a 5:15 for junior varsity, 7:30 for varsity. We'll talk to you on Friday here on the ND Sports Channel.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the ND Sports Channel. Did you miss any of the game? Check out Game Rewind on our website at ndsportschannel.com.